Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, you should know that the story you're about to hear has quite a number of... well, don't say I didn't warn you.
The pizza has arrived.
He's alive. And he's hungry.
Needs tomato sauce.
Wait a minute. The story doesn't start that way. Ah, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Ayo, let's begin at the beginning.
Welcome to the annual Horror Film Awards ceremony, in which the most outstanding monsters of the silver screen compete for the Golden Death Chicken. Please go into the theater now and take your seats and enjoy.
What did you just say?
Didn't you hear me?
Of course I heard you.
Good for you.
I'm not deaf.
Right, just dumb.
You jerk.
Lunatic.
Dan Murray. The boss has assigned this story to the two of us. If you don't come into the theater with me and do your part...
So, you don't think you can do it alone?
I think I'm more than capable.
You don't say.
Dan Murray, I'm going to go into that theater and write a Pulitzer Prize story by myself. You hear me?
You're gonna leave me out here in the cold in the dead of autumn?
I hope you freeze.
How can I keep myself warm?
Ayo, Dan. It was fabulous. I did so many interviews that we're gonna have to ask the boss for more space. Fitz Randolph, Professor Fly, Chrome Ha, Eva Morte, the poet, the Grim Reaper, and the short guy from Monster Without a Cause.
Fascinating.
Yeah, you know, the one from... hey, what's that?
It's antifreeze.
Dan Murray, have you been out here drinking while I was in there doing your job? That's it. The byline is going to be mine and mine alone. They can fire you for all I care. What's more, if they ask me for a shovel to help dig your grave, I'll be more than happy to help. And if...
Hey, what's he up to?
Big Albert. In Fitz Randall's office. That's odd.
You were saying?
We have to go in there.
My thoughts exactly.
Finally, real investigative journalism. Come on, move it.
Sweetheart, my thing is sports writing. If he hits you with a baseball bat, call me.
And that's how it all started for Liz Allaire. She decided she was going into that office with or without Dan's help.
Hiyo, miss. I thought you were going.
Mr. Fitz Randolph.
Now, come and sit beside me, Miss Allaire. I never imagined you were such a party girl.
Me? No. I'm still here because it's so pleasant here, don't you think?
You don't need an excuse, miss. My friend Murray's intern is always welcome.
Oh.
Actually, I was referring to your unusual style of dancing.
Oh, I see.
Have I offended you?
Yes. No. Maybe. It's just that... How is it that you're sitting here by yourself?
I love parties, but when you get to be my age... Since I'm the host, I can't go to bed. But at least here it's quiet.
In our interview earlier, I forgot to ask you... Do you get along with the stars of your super productions?
Well, I try to be a good employer, but it's not always easy. Fame goes to their heads. They do strange things.
Big Albert has...
Yes?
Yes, what?
Big Albert, what about him?
Is he feeling all right?
Miss, if this keeps up, I will end up understanding why they call you Loony Liz.
How's business going? Support your answer.
MKO is still the largest movie studio in the country and the world. We have made horror movies fashionable, and as long as that continues, nothing can touch us.
Donations, foundations, charity events. Do you have any time left for yourself?
I'm just doing my part for the less fortunate, miss. Without the little people below,
The cream of society would sink to the bottom.
How did you know I was going to say that?
I didn't.
Disconcerting.
Horror movies have allowed monsters to gain acceptance in society. Are you proud of that?
Not completely accepted, miss. It's true that we aren't persecuted anymore and that we finally have the same rights as everybody else, but unfortunately, there are still many minds to change. So many people judge other people by their appearance.
Thank you for your time. I'm nobody's intern.
Oh, pardon me. It's just that you're so young and Murray is so you know what I mean, so Murray.
Dan is a sports writer. How do you know him?
I'll only say one thing. The Los Angeles Freaks. I'm the owner.
How nice.
The baseball team, miss. I bought it years ago, and Murray comes to all the games.
Why does everyone like Dan?
I don't want to seem arrogant, but Murray is like me. We're both self-made men, and we both have kept our common touch.
Dan's a jerk.
You are very hard on him, and I think I know why. Do you find him attractive?
But how dare you? Do you know that I once knocked over a refrigerator with my head? Do you think you're better than a refrigerator? And it was full at the time. 20, 12, 1, 4. It really is very pleasant here, isn't it? Dan's not worth talking about so much. What about my style of dancing?
Well, you're not accustomed to dancing in public.
I've never danced in public, but I look quite good in the mirror.
Then don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If I hadn't believed in myself when I was young, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Are you insinuating that I'm not a good dancer?
No, although society may not be prepared to see a woman move so many parts of her body so rapidly and with so much independence with respect to the rhythm.
Aha! I'm a feminist. Vegetable soup.
I don't understand. Do you want some?
What?
Vegetable soup.
Ah, what's in it?
Disconcerting.
Now, where were we? I'm gonna take a walk.
Just one thing, miss. As you're probably already aware, I know some of the best doctors in the country, including psychiatrists.
I have a cousin who's a veterinarian.
I've observed that you sometimes say disconcerting things.
Yes, I've done a lot of reading.
Yes, of course. It's, take the vegetable soup, for example.
Poor thing. Haven't you had dinner?
Yes. No, I won't keep you any longer.
Cons, I can't go into the hall that leads to Fitzrandolph's office while he's right there next to it. Pros, he gets along with Dan. This is the idea.
Bad idea.
Good.
Bad.
Jerk.
Lunatic.
Dan Murray, are you telling me that you do not intend to go into the mansion or to get Fitzrandolph away from the hall?
In a nutshell.
Well, okay then.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
But Liz Allaire was not a woman to give up easily, and she decided to convince Dan to get Fitzrandolph away from the hall.
Heyo, Edgar. What are you doing at the window?
Heyo, weren't you going?
Oh, sometimes I'm going and sometimes I'm coming. What are you doing at the window?
Shall I take your jacket again?
I'm going to be coming and going. What are you doing at the window?
Rehearsing.
Ah, you've been cast in a movie?
No, just rehearsing for the sake of rehearsing. With my looks, nobody can believe I'd be competent as a monster in front of the camera.
Out-of-work actor. Coat check attendant. Obvious synergies. How long have you been working for Fitz Randolph?
About a month. He pays well, and he's nice.
They don't let you play monsters?
No, with my looks, I don't scare anyone. At the auditions,
What type of work are you doing right now?
a little of everything. Maintenance, basically. I do whatever needs doing.
And Fitz Randolph can't give you a recommendation?
No, that would compromise his integrity. He gives his producers and directors complete artistic freedom and never interferes in things like casting.
Was your appearance this original when you were a boy?
Yes, from day one. I was born in a beautiful and absolutely ordinary place, with your typical farm animals. Why did I turn out peculiar? Your guess is as good as mine. Whims of Mother Nature.
Enough said. Let's move on. I like books. Who does the one on the table belong to?
To me, for autographs. I've gotten them from all the celebrities at the party. Except for Hammer Boy Brown.
20, 12, 1, 4.
I don't understand. Why did you say that?
To help myself relax. It works every time. Go on, rehearse. I'll watch you.
I'm on it.
So now he's into rehearsing. Poor thing. It's Blue Harrelson, the star of Vulcan Flash in the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, who disappeared without a... Wait a minute. Edgar! You are Vulcan Flash.
I wish.
Seriously, you could pass for him. Now you have a job.
Blue, strange eyes, dressed like this. Impossible. I'm very grateful to you, but no.
Maybe it was out of generosity or stubbornness, or just because she happened to feel like it. But Liz decided that very night she would convince Edgar of his future as Vulcan Flash. For that, her original mind came up with a mental image that she decided to call the Complete Alien Kit, which she would equip with everything required for this altruistic goal.
These could be Professor Flies. Miss Allaire, could you confirm that the reading room is being remodeled? Confirmed. Thank you. You're welcome. My pleasure. Large cans of white paint and little ones with blue pigment. The cans of pigment weigh less. Did the workers leave this behind? If there was anything in the pockets, someone got here before me and took it. I can see well enough that I don't need these. This doesn't need pigment. Agreed. He's not exactly the guy in the poster, but close enough. Yes, 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 yes! The effect is positively alien. On second thought, the color blue is a fundamental characteristic of the Great Vulcan Flash. If I'm not mistaken, my complete alien kit is ready for action. Can you confirm that for me, Miss Hilaire? Confirmed. The alien kit is complete. Finally, the moment has arrived for opening the refrigerator. There's my Edgar.
You talking to me?
I am going to put an end to your sad life. Exciting, huh?
No, I don't understand.
Oh, Edgar, don't you see the Vulcan Flash poster?
I am identical to him, the new Vulcan Flash. Next audition, I'm going straight to the top.
Thank you for convincing me, Liz, Edgar continued. I'll make it in the movies as an alien.
Yes, yes, yes. This is all very well and good. But ask me about What's-His-Name Brown's jacket.
Oh no, the jacket. Where is it?
Put away. I was afraid you'd drip on it when you drank the pigment.
You think of everything.
And this is where you tell me I get to keep it.
You're right.
I suppose that's the least I can do for you,
That's the least I
Liz.
can do for you, Liz. Eh?
How did you know what I was going to
what
say?
I was going to say?
I had no idea. And now I'm telling you to go back to rehearsing, okay?
I'm on it.
He's in such a hurry. And I haven't even told him. Could there be anything in the pockets? Ah, look, how convenient. Boxing. There must be someone who likes it. Dan, have you seen me eat paper?
Can't say I've had the pleasure.
Watch. I have here 2 pieces that say Rico, the Italian stallion Andretti versus Manny, Hammerboy Brown.
Give them to me.
Fitz Randolph, away from the hall. Now.
Hey, Willie.
Murray, my friend, you doing good?
Better than you.
When are we gonna get together, throw a few punches?
I'd like to throw back a drink. I see you're empty.
What a guy.
And that was how Liz convinced Dan to get Fitz Randolph away from the hall.
It's half full. How strange. Being Dan's, I expected to find a trunk full of old, dirty, worthless junk. But apart from this empty oil can and a baseball bat, there's nothing. Hey, there's something on it. A crank handle. Now I can. Is he asleep? Good. Closed. Life is like a crocodile. Wait a minute. Aren't the offices of Fitz Randolph and his secretary connected? Even if they are, he's out like a light. Hey yo, short stuff.
Hey-o, nice night. Considering that at this time of year...
You open office doors, right?
Affirmative. Considering that at this time of year, it usually cools...
What's your name, sweetheart?
Jimmy Love. It usually cools down, but autumn, as you know, comes late and all...
Look, Jimmy, I'm not going to ask you to open Fitz Randolph's office.
Only authorized subject, William A. Fitz Randolph. Late and all at once.
But his secretary's yes. Okay, sweetheart?
Only authorized subject, Beverly Torrance. Hair blonde, eyes blue, bust 50, waist 24, hips 36, negative identification.
Access denied.
Access denied? Liz said to herself. We'll just see about that.
Aren't you the charmer?
Integrated elevator conversation chip. We'll have to start dressing more warmly.
Informational topic unit. Doors. Open the first door for me.
I have never opened it. It's not possible. Jammed. Maybe it's the humidity. A lot of humidity these last few winters.
Open the second door.
Only authorized subject, Beverly Torrance. Hair blonde, eyes blue, bust 50, waist 24, hips 36, negative identification.
Who is Beverly Torrance?
Beverly Torrance. Secretary. Authorization. Door 2. Although at this time of year you know how it is. If you dress warmly, sunshine, and if not, you freeze to death.
Informational topic unit closed. Are you sleepy?
Power conservation mode. Low on oil. Isn't the autumn sun splendid?
It is to be believed because it is absurd. Tertullian.
Disconcerting. I don't understand.
That is the path. I don't understand, but I believe.
I don't understand, but I don't understand.
Hey, time for bed, sweetheart. Great idea. Pumpkin punch in a can of motor oil. Anyone care for some? Pumpkin punch, Jimmy?
I'd like to, but Mr. Fitz Randolph will fire me if he sees me drinking. He only lets us drink oil so that we don't rust.
He's in the ballroom. He won't see you.
No, I don't dare. He could show up at any moment, like a summer thunderstorm.
Don't worry, I'll figure out something else. But you'll have your punch. I bet you can't guess what's inside this oil can.
Affirmative. Suddenly, everything is like cloudy. The weather is just crazy.
Hey, yo, Jimmy.
Nice night.
Open the second door for me.
Unauthorized subject, Beverly Torrance. Hair blonde, eyes blue. Bust 50. Waist 24, hips 36. Positive identification. Access allowed.
And that was how, with the help of the pumpkin punch, Liz got Jimmy Love to open the door to the secretary's office.
Thanks, sweetheart. Fitzrandolph Mansion, Halloween night. My exclusive interview with Big Albert. Hey, you, Albert. Liz Allaire of the Quill. 4 questions. 20. Can you tell me your motive for sneaking into the magnate Fitzrandolph's office? 12. What's that in your hand? 1. Are the rumors that say you're a kleptomaniac true, or did I just invent that to get under your skin a bit? 4. Are you listening?
Now, give this to the immaterial man. Hurry.
Poor Liz. For once, fortune seemed within reach, only to elude her. On the other hand, if she had managed to get into Fitzrandolph's office, she would only have solved the mystery surrounding Big Albert after reading that note.
What luck! Not even chewed on. Wasn't this in the other office? Fitzrandolph is clever. One turn of the phonograph crank, and the table, part of the floor, and the wall turn, and this appears. Listen to what I'm telling you, Liz. The rose-colored bed. William A. Fitzrandolph's dirty laundry. A Liz Allaire exclusive. Forget it. The gossip rags don't interest me. Expensive caviar. My sister, Anne-Marie, the smart one, uses it to make sandwiches. Hey, yo, short stuff.
I knew you'd come. Take me with you.
Where?
To the great beyond, to my final resting place, to eternal peace.
No way. Never on the first date.
Are you not my grim reaper, the angel of death, the bearer of the scythe, the stealer of souls?
Ah, now I know who you're talking about. It's a guy with hiccups who's still at the party. Quite elderly. I'm Liz. And you?
Phil, my time has not come. It never comes.
You can't deny it. You have seen Big Albert.
Why deny the obvious? Why try to avoid the unavoidable?
Do you have Big Albert's note?
No, I ran into the immaterial man in the hall and I gave it to him. Everything meets its end, sooner or later.
Do you know what the note said?
Why bother if we're all going to die anyway?
Do you know which way Big Albert went?
Yes, he went out that I don't know. Why should I pay attention to anything if everything is superfluous?
Which way did the immaterial man go?
There's only one possible destination. Nothingness, non-existence, death.
Clearly, you don't know anything.
The only certainty in life is the tomb.
Let's talk about you. I've never seen you before. What do?
Pull petals off the daisy of existence. I'm dying. I'm not dying. I'm dying. I'm not dying. I'm dying.
And what work do you do while you're pulling the petals off the daisy of existence?
Gardening. I plant, I water, I cut fence posts with the saw. I observe how everything decays in the relentless march of time.
What's behind this door?
My tool shed, my greenhouse, my vale of tears. Do you want to go in?
Never on the first date.
Disconcerting.
Why are you here doing nothing?
I'm not. I'm dragging myself toward the inevitable bitter end.
What do you do here apart from dragging yourself toward the inevitable bitter end?
Lots of drunkards on the loose. They step on the grass. Hollow men crushing lilies underfoot in the land of death.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to get any good headlines out of you. Are you feeling sad?
Sadness is the only real name of that which you call life.
Hey, yeah, we'll talk later.
If we don't expire first.
And the magic word for today is caviar. But the real magic would be if something was written on it. Warehouse, ASAP.
When she finally found out what Big Albert's note said, Liz headed to Fitzrandolph's storeroom, located behind the mansion.
To the warehouse, then. Hopefully Big Albert and Immaterial Man are still there. I'll turn on my tape recorder.
Easy now.
Immaterial?
The people who did this will be back. Help me.
Count me in. What do? I'm your girl.
The important part is safe and sound now. We'll simply bury the rest. Lights out.
At noon the following day, Dan was awakened by a ringing telephone. It was his boss. Liz and Dan hadn't shown up at the paper that day, and he was, how can I put it, pretty angry.
I won't tolerate another screw-up. You hear me, Mr. Murray? You know, you don't understand it. If the story about last night's award ceremony doesn't make the Sunday edition, you and Miss O'Meara are going to be in hot water. Clear, Murray?
Very, very hot water, he screamed down the phone. Reluctantly, Dan went back to Fitzrandolph's mansion. Edgar told him that Liz had been seen going into the storeroom, where she evidently was no longer. Finding out what had happened to his beloved colleague was not going to be that easy.
Beloved? My foot. Los Angeles Stadium, Friday night. Manny Brown, Rico Sandretti. That's what counts. Doesn't this belong to that lunatic? Not that I pay attention to what she wears. Let's hope I don't find more of her clothes lying around here. But what's it to me? An 8-pack. Half my salary, they belong to Octopus Herring. MKO pansies. Ha! It seems like Willie has some enemies. He has the slowest hangovers in all of Mexico. He never plays it in public. Cheringote? This is a kit for making margaritas. But the salt shaker shaped like a cactus is kind of funny. Oh, it's Robo Payne's workshop. What's this? One of the Chupacabra's claws. And I thought they were natural. Nothing. That's not the way to get out. Heyo, Tabby! Heyo, buddy. I've got a job for you. Attaboy, Tabby, attaboy. That's a long way down. Heyo, Wacko! You need a man's hand? Yeah. If she's in there, it's up to me to get her out. According to Tabby, Liz is down there. Tabby must have dropped this. These pets expire so quickly nowadays. His first name is Elmer, Edward, Ethan, Kaidanovsky. Well, what do you know? It's that idiot Mr. Death's soul extractor. Ah, yes. He was at the party, dying of hiccups, dancing without a partner. What a life. It was in the trunk. I always carry it in the car. It doesn't matter in which car. Why not? I know that this makes no sense, but this is my chance to use a bat. I I don't know what I wanted for, but when you come from a neighborhood like mine, that's never the right question to ask. Closed. Hey! You in there! Ayo! And who wants to get in? Will this hold if I tie it?
Count me in. What do I do? I'm your girl.
Help me hide Big Al inside.
In the sarcophagus?
Yes, it'll save us time. Now let's get out of here, or... If you try it, you can consider yourselves toast. Your two-bit invisibility tricks won't work with me, material man. You and the lovely Miss Alaire shall be escorted to your new quarters by my assistant.
I can escort myself.
Chloroform.
I know who you are. Do you think you're better than a refer... Sure. Hey.
Now that he knew what had happened to Liz, Dan would only be able to find her by going after Big Albert. The sarcophagus, said Edgar. They took it to the Temple of Eternal Illusion. Now we're really in trouble, replied Dan. The Temple of Eternal Illusion. Headquarters of the famous sorceress known as High Priestess Chrome-Ha. It was completely impenetrable. Whoever entered was observed and analyzed by a scanner, which detected any sign of cerebral activity, and once inside, it was filled with deadly traps out of which no one had ever escaped. The game was becoming increasingly difficult, but Dan had come too far. Plus, his feelings for Liz were becoming more intense all the time.
That ninny. Thanks to her, I'm going to be on the ropes again. If she's lost those tickets... Ayo, Kadnowski.
Back, you bloody earthling, or I'll vaporize you with my hypergalactic laser.
Are you stupid or what?
What a guy. But don't call me by my last name. I'm Edgar to my friends.
Fascinating.
Anyway, have you found out anything about our mutual friend?
Mutual? You're mistaken there. But tell me, why are you dressed like an idiot?
I'm the new Vulcan Flash.
Good for you. And who is this idiot?
Don't pretend. Everyone knows who Vulcan Flash is.
I am not everyone.
Well, except for in Amundsen. There, he is called Vidigues Jimenez. They censored the original name because if you substitute an H for the V, a J for the U, an O for the F, an M for the C, and you say it backwards, you get a really bad word.
So, who convinced you to dress like an idiot?
You'll never guess. Our friend Liz.
I love the graffiti.
Well, Mr. Fitz-Randolph doesn't. That's why my job is to clean it off.
Is Willie around?
He was at the mansion, but he asked them to get the Zeppelin ready. Maybe he's already there.
MKO Pansies, what's that about?
A new direction for MKO. Fitz-Randolph wants to get out of the horror business and dedicate himself to family films.
Family films don't interest me. but go on.
Just that. Romantic comedies, children's films, even musicals.
I'm still not interested in family films. Go on.
The problem is that not all of the monster actors are in favor of the change, and they're trying to boycott it. In part, I understand them. You build a career scaring people, and then they make you play the Cookie Monster.
Half my salary says the graffiti is Octopus Herring's work.
For sure. Do you know that in Amundsen, it's forbidden to put octopi in your socks, punishable by spanking?
Fascinating. This is starting to bore me. Let's move on. So, they've taken the sarcophagus away. Where did they take the sarcophagus?
To the Temple of Eternal Illusion.
And what's this about the temple being impenetrable?
It is. No one's ever gotten in, except for Kuromha's performances on Tuesdays. The best part is that the people in the audience don't even know how they got in. They're outside waiting in line, and then suddenly, bam! They're inside, comfortably ensconced in their assigned seats.
What day is it today?
Saturday.
Oh. What is the temple in reality?
A temple.
Oh, you're really asking for it.
What a guy. It's a pyramid that Kuromha had brought from Egypt block by block.
Enough about the temple for the moment. Eya Ellis.
Yeah, Dan.
At last, they opened it.
I'll help you construct it, erect it, put together in the weather.
Scientifically impossible.
I'm going to die anyhow.
Morally reprehensible.
But what about poetry, beauty, purity, and artistry?
Economically inviolable.
Well, I'll get into one of these.
I won't discuss it. You won't fit, poet.
You won't fit. You won't.
Whoa, take it easy, Gargantua.
Come on.
Hey-o, Dan Murray.
Guilty as charged. And you half pint.
What a guy. Professor Fly, at your service.
Good. And that idiot outside? What's with him?
The poet? He wants me to build him a custom-made teletransporter booth.
Tell a what?
Oh, a neophyte. Let me show you. Two booths. The foolhardy volunteer gets into one of them.
Yes.
And instantly appears in the other.
Does the duck get frequent flyer miles?
Interesting.
Dan understood the great potential in that magnificent invention for furthering his plans, and he made it known to Professor Fly.
Not bad. Have you got a volunteer half pint? Apart from the rubber ducky?
Oh, I wish the poet wanted to, but I won't even discuss it.
Well, now you have one. Let's get on with it.
Oh, that would be morally reprehensible. The teletransporter is still in the Zeta stage. It's randomly lethal, lethally random, especially for the liver. It is for that reason that I only accept volunteers that meet 3 requirements.
1, said Fly, they have to be completely expendable to society. 2, their life expectancy must be less than 1 year, 2 months, 9 days, and 37 minutes. 3, they must pass my psychological test for the purpose of accrediting psychic devastation to the utmost degree.
My life expectancy is almost nil.
Are you sure? That's experimentally demonstrably experimental. Do you see that machine in the corner?
Better than you. I don't have bug eyes.
What a guy. But it's true. I can't see all that well because I lost my glasses yesterday. So the machine is called a life-o-meter. It uses the breath to determine the subject's total remaining life expectancy down to the minute.
How much time until he kicks the bucket, right?
Definitively positive. Positively definitive.
What do I have to do for you to consider me socially expendable?
I won't discuss it. You work at the Quill. You're a sports journalism genius.
Let's get to the psychic devastation test. What do you want to bet I beat the record?
Let's get to work. They're just 4 little ink blots. What do you see there?
A pretty little flower.
This is not psychic devastation or anything like it. I'm sorry, try again when you're really dissipated.
What do you have to say about the poet? Is he stupid or just pretending to be?
Well, the poet of pain is peculiar.
Peculiar.
Yes, peculiar.
Peculiar in what way?
In a peculiar way.
I get it. Very peculiar?
Between somewhat and very peculiar.
Peculiar, period?
What they call peculiar.
Like this peculiar attempt at a conversation.
It is a somewhat peculiar conversation, yes.
Is this peculiar conversation getting us anywhere?
No, but if you keep insisting, I'm going to start thinking that you're peculiar.
Peculiar? Me?
Peculiar. You.
Me? Peculiar?
You. Peculiar. Well, the poet of pain is peculiar.
Why can't he be your volunteer?
Unfortunately, that's scientifically impossible, since my teletransporter booth won't accommodate him. Economically inviable, the cost of building a booth his size would be astronomical. And morally reprehensible, as we are talking about one of the greatest literary figures of our time.
That's his name? Poet?
The poet of pain. He's already published 3 volumes of poetry, all with the same theme. Unfortunately, he's beginning to repeat himself.
Has he always gone in for verse?
He used to be a stunt double in the movies. He has a very high tolerance to pain, so he would do anything. He used to specialize in the most physically punishing stunts. The best part is that afterwards, he would tell his colleagues all about the pain he'd experienced. He did it so poetically that someone said to him, "You have got to write this down, man."
Why does he want to be your volunteer?
My teletransporter booths are in the Zeta stage. They're very dangerous for the volunteer, and the poet sees an enticingly new form of pain in it, and... enticingly new.
Poets. Enough nonsense. Back up to the ceiling, half-pint.
What a guy.
You shouldn't leave these things all over the floor.
Murray, careful walking there. Don't step on my camera.
I'm on top of everything. Let's see, how many decades do I have left?
5 months, 6 days, 12 hours, 9.
5 years, 6 months, 12 days, 9 hours. Revolting machine. And the worst thing is that I'd have to have less than 2 years left to live for Fly to accept me to be his volunteer. Tabby dies every autumn and is reborn every spring. I've got nothing to lose.
Years, 0 months, 0 days, 19 hours, 3.
I know, pretty impressive, huh?
19 days left to live. Poor guy.
That's what I call a minimum life expectancy, said Fly.
Calm down, as long as I make it to the fight on Friday, everything's fine.
What a guy.
Listen up. I'm going to be the volunteer for... What? You're burning your own hand?
Pain inspires me. A new verse, a fresh new verse. An infernal sun scorches my skin. Implacable, two-faced, cruel.
Want me to break your face? It's no trouble.
No, very trite. It doesn't inspire me. New pains for new verses. Give me novelty.
Good. You stay right here. You're going to go nuts over this. I've got something that might inspire you.
Novelty, give me novelty.
Come on, extract your soul. See if that hurts. So, a new verse?
I'm inspired. It's coming to me. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Well, share it.
And you think that doesn't hurt? I've lost a molar.
What a verse, my friend. What a verse.
Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend.
He's going to go nuts over this. So, a new verse?
I'm inspired. It's coming to me. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Well, share it.
My ear, by 1,000 bees, mortally wounded, bursts joyfully.
What a verse, my friend. What a verse.
Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend.
I've got something that might inspire you.
Novelty, give me novelty.
Lemon and salt. So, a new verse?
I'm inspired. It's coming to me. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Well, share it.
Like a ravenous zombie, my right eye devours my brain.
What a verse, my friend. What a verse.
Thank you. Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend.
I'm coming! Everything okay?
Test time.
They're just 4 little ink blots. What do you see there?
A hellish sun scorches my skin. Implacable, two-faced, cruel.
Great answer. Come on, you've only got 3 left. What do you see there?
My eardrum by 1,000 bees, mortally wounded, buzzing, thunderously ruptures.
Great answer. You still have 2 left. What do you see there?
A ravenous zombie, my right eye devouring my brain.
Great answer. Let's see how you do on the last one. What do you see there?
How is that not supposed to hurt? I've lost a molar,
Great answer. And congratulations,
said Fly. You're so absolutely morally dissipated that you passed the test. But don't go overboard. I could still fail you.
Get back up there. You look better up there.
What a guy.
If I destroy the boss's wife's car and I let him know it was me, he'll fire me. But then Fly would accept me as a volunteer, and I'd be closer to finding Liz and the story I need to keep from getting fired, which at that point wouldn't do me any good. So, left jab, I go about my business, invent a story, and keep my job. It wouldn't be the first time. Right jab, I get myself fired and I start looking for a half-witted, insufferable daddy's girl, and Los Angeles Stadium, Friday night. Manny Brown, Rico Sandretti. That's all that matters. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I went too far. Ugh. Do I look like a photographer of... Wait a minute. Hey, buddy!
Murray! You got a form for execution by firing squad?
Well, I don't know, but I'll check.
Bring me a termination letter!
So, what do you think?
It's uniquely unthinkable. Unthinkably unique.
Dan Murray is socially expendable, said Fly.
So then, I've got everything right?
You've passed the test. Society considers you expendable. In no time at all, you'll be kicking the bucket.
Dan Murray, you're the perfect volunteer. Good. Let's get to it, replied Dan.
Well, here we go.
Since the booths were working, Dan's next step was clear. He had to send one of them to the residence of the High Priestess Chrome Ha.
Everything okay?
Teletransporting yourself 5 meters is for amateurs.
That's probably true and truly probable. What do you suggest? I can't leave a booth just lying around.
The storeroom at the mansion. I have access to it. It'll be safe.
That's good, but it's heavy.
You're speaking to Dan Murray. Relax. I'll distract the dynamic Uno. You get in, leave the booth, and get out of there. You got it?
Assimilated and comprehended.
What are you waiting for?
Impossible, Dan. I cannot remove the tattoo on the chupacabras.
Well, and this one, it's smaller.
No, not small, not large, not...
Showtime. Well, here I am. So now what? I've got an idea. I'll paint it like a sarcophagus. But, I'll never get it right. It'll never work. Impossible. Well, what do you know? Hey, Space Cadet!
Back, Earthling!
There's a sarcophagus in the storeroom.
No way. I already told you that they took it away before, Earthling.
And I say that with those glasses, you can't see a thing.
Seriously?
Seriously, not one thing.
No. Now, about the sarcophagus.
Seriously, you're already calling. Let them come pick it up.
Take it easy, be careful. And don't you dare scratch my balls there.
Good. Eleonoro says it will take some time to get the booth to the temple. I'll take advantage of the time and get ready for the next big round.
Why am I so good to you? Let's see if it's all clear, vermin. I get in the sarcophagus. You close the door. With my foot, I activate the hidden false bottom. You open the door. The audience is stunned. I'm gone. It's completely empty. Understood?
Mistress, where do you want the large sarcophagus?
What sarcophagus?
But looking like that?
Hey, we're gonna be there in 3 seconds. Give me an Egyptian head honcho's name.
Amenophis.
The third.
Yep, it's me.
Draw and quarter him.
I am the Supreme Head Honcho Amenophis III, Lord of Egypt, quarterback of the Nile, MVP of the...
Be still. Amenophis, the third?
The third in the flesh.
I don't know if I remember. Why have you come?
I'm lost. Ever since I lost the dame that gave my life meaning.
Speak. Which woman is that?
Baby, I'm your midnight camel driver.
I find your brashness tempting, but why should I accept you?
Point, set, match.
What? Explain, or...
That's what awaits you before sundown. I bet you half my paycheck. I'm looking for the High Priestess Kromha, the woman with the best front end I've ever seen.
You're looking at her. Your tongue is altogether too loose, Amenophis. But you're lucky that I'm so good. Come with me.
Finally, Dan had done it. He had teletransported himself to the Temple of Eternal Illusion. And if nothing went wrong, he'd live to tell the tale. But unfortunately, the future wasn't looking very bright for everyone involved.
Good afternoon, Miss Allaire. Are you hungry?
20. Why did you knock me out? 12. What did you do to me? 1. My head and my left ear ache. 4. If you come any closer, I will bite you.
At least the pain should pass within the hour. The captain would like you to dine with him. Put this on.
No. Today's the 1st of the month.
Do it, or
I never dress in black on dates that are prime numbers.
you'll die naked with the crew.
You've got a point. It's actually more dark gray. Gonna untie me?
So, how was it for you?
It was wonderful, Amenophis. I haven't had a man treat me like that in a long time. No less than what I deserve.
Good for you.
Now you will be my guest. I'll treat you right, and you'll stay by my side forever.
Honey, I'm more of a short-term guy.
That's not the impression I got.
A question of practice. Do me a favor, call your robots and tell them to open the sarcophagus in the theater for me.
Ah! You just can't be good in this life, can you? Amenophis III, not everything in this house can be had so easily.
Forget it. I'll ask the robots myself. And you?
They'll never listen to you. Dr. Zelsius programmed them to obey only the person who is wearing the pendant I have on. And which, as you can see, I never take off under any circumstances.
Fascinating.
Yes, Dan said, fascinating. But he was really thinking, sooner or later, that pendant will be hanging around my neck. Because things being what they are, I'm going to need it to teletransport Big Albert to Fly's laboratory.
You're mine, Amenophis. Take care of my desires and you'll never want for anything. Otherwise, just ask the Oracle of the Shadows.